MPIRG stand for?
MPIRG stands for the Minnesota Public Interest Research Group.
For the past few weeks, students at Carleton College in Northfield, Minnesota have been bombarded with information both for and against MPIRG.
MPIRG's mission is to empower students to be actors and agents of progressive policy change.
It's basically the students' nonprofit. We do all the hiring and internal work. We do the budget, we do everything.
Since 1971, Carleton students have paid a refusable, refundable fee to the organization as part of their tuition. Every year, students vote on whether or not to keep the fee in place. The fee currently generates about $13,000 a year to keep Carleton's MPIRG chapter running.
If students vote yes, then we continue to have a chapter at Carleton because in our bylaws we need to have students approve the fee. If students vote no, then we lose our chapter at Carleton basically.
This year, students launched a campaign against the MPIRG fee structure.
I kind of wanted to do something about everything that I heard for the past 4 years. The past 4 years I constantly heard complaints about MPIRG. And I thought, well, at the very least, we can put forward an argument. And then after that, what was amazing is that there's just this groundswell of support from students around campus to the point where we felt like I started the Facebook event, which is how you found me. And I'm one of, in the group, I'm one of 154 people who have joined.
When MPIRG officials heard about the opposition campaign, they immediately sent more workers in to help the Vote Yes on MPIRG campaign.
The Carleton chapter needs a lot of help and a lot of support. Basically from, we have 9 different chapter campuses, and throughout the next couple of days, a lot of us are coming down to help out.
It's been a pretty intense campaign on both sides, I'd say.
They don't make the effort required to communicate to students that this fee is refusable and refundable, and it's completely up to you whether or not you want to fund our organization.
During my 4 years here anyway, the extent of the publicity of the refund was a flyer in your mailbox. And the flyer read about 5/6 of it about why MPIRG was a great organization. And then at the end said, by contract, MPIRG is obligated to offer you a refund.
It's like opt-out money, so you can request it back, but Carleton students are lazy, so they usually don't do that, which I feel is essentially equivalent to taking money from Carleton students.
It's like an underhanded way to get students to pay for something, since most students are too lazy to opt out of something. Like probably half of the people that MPIRG is getting money from don't even care about MPIRG at all. Some of them probably even don't like MPIRG.
I think some people really feel strongly about giving their money, but I bet most people just miss it.
If MPIRG has this privilege of being in this position, they also have a responsibility to let students know and make it easy to get that money back.
Every fee that we have at any campus, including Carleton College, was democratically initiated. So students signed a petition asking the college to assess them a fee that students could refuse to pay or have it refunded.
People think that they're paying $7.50 a term. No, it's like one annual fee, $7.50, that you can refuse.
If it's voluntary in the first place, I don't see why there's such an issue about it now.
And we're operating in the mindset that the vast majority of students support the work of our organization. It's always been that way on all of our campuses for almost 40 years.
It seems kind of, I don't know, dirty almost. So I just feel like if you wanted to go about it in that way, you should automatically default it to no. And if you have any overpowering want to actually, give money to this program, it should be like someone knocking on your door.
Since clearly there are people on campus that want to pay for it, that they should have that option, which they already do.
Like $7.50 out of my wallet, I guess I could handle that if it helps in some small way.
Like that's a 6-pack of beer.
$7.50, even in and of itself, is not enough of a reason for any one student to campaign against MPIRG. It's only when these things build up, like they have this year, when there's really going to be a campaign.
How do you go about getting it refunded?
I'm not even quite sure at this point. I know I did it at one point this year, and it's online now, finally. You used to have to do it through paper and, continuously call the MPIRG office to get them to actually do it for you. But now, it's somewhere online.
How to opt out? You got to go to the business office and get a refund, right?
It says in the language when you're going to register, and you can just simply say you know, refuse it or you can refund it.
Which means that you go down and say, give me my money back. And I know people who do that.
We asked Carleton students what they thought about the whole MPIRG debate.
I don't really even know what they do, honestly.
I hear they take money so far.
I don't actually know that much, and I figure if I read the pamphlets, then I'm just getting propaganda.
Definitely, I feel like a big part of the apathy is not knowing exactly what MPIRG does.
I felt like there was like on both sides a lot of like propaganda literature like in the dining hall and like all over, but I didn't feel like anyone had specifically like addressed it.
Of the people who've signed a lot of the emails, most of us have been active in the activist community all during our entire time at Carleton. I was president of the Carleton Democrats.
I mean, I think the interesting thing about this campaign is that our typical opposition is college Republicans, and right now we're sort of campaigning against a group of students that probably more or less agree with us on all the issues that we're working on.